Hey you guys, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I wanted to just show you a couple of pages that I like to make with this animal printed felt. I've had a couple of you message me just asking me what I use these for. They're available on my website and they're just 8" by 8" sheets of printed felt, and they have a bunch of animals with their names on them. So I'm going to show you just a few examples of pages that I make for them. I'm not going to show you how I put them together. They're pretty straightforward how I make them, but I'm just going to show you which pages I make with them. And the reason I like these pages, like with the printed animals on them already, is just for me to create all of these animals individually with felt and assemble them all together would take a lot of time. And so having them all there on the printed already on the page just is a big time saver. And so I'll show you what I use them for. Originally, my whole plan was to use them with the little animals. These buttons are really popular. They're available to buy pretty much everywhere. I've seen them at craft stores. I've seen them on Amazon. I've seen them on Temu. Like, they're everywhere. And they're the same set of little animal packages that come with all of the same animals that are on this page. So there'll be a button for the rabbit and the lion and the bear and the raccoon and the giraffe and elephant, zebra, and fox. And so let me show you the first one that is the most popular one that I personally make, just because it's so quick to make it. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's the big bag of buttons that I was referring to. I just throw mine all into one big bag because they're easier to look at and sort through. But that's what the buttons look like. So they come with all the same animals that are on this printed sheet of felt. And so, okay, so the first page that I tend to make a lot and have available at my craft shows is this page. All it is the sheet of felt wrapped in a mosquito like mesh netting type of fabric that is really durable. Like, it's not going to be perfect. It is fabric after all, but it is really durable and pretty scratch resistant. And then I just put one of each of the type of buttons on the inside. So the idea is that little kids, I cannot tell you, little kids instinctively know what to do when they see this page. They know right away to just go, and they can just push all the little animal button faces over top of the actual animals themselves. And they're pretty easy to push around. Like, it's pretty smooth. They can push a little bear onto the bear head. The raccoon can go up onto the raccoon's body. So it's definitely a fun little activity for kids, like maybe 3, 4, 5 years old. They really enjoy this one. And I just have the little elephant head to push over and put on top of the elephant. And then, of course, when you move the page, it shakes up all the buttons and you can redo it. So that one is really quick. And even though the cost of making this page is actually relatively high compared to some of my other pages, just because the printed felt is more expensive than just a plain sheet of felt. And then you also have to cover the cost of the buttons and the mosquito mesh knitting fabric. So even though the cost is quite or relatively high to make this page, the thing is it's so quick and so easy to make, because literally all it is just sewing the mesh knitting fabric around the page with the buttons inside. Like, you don't have to do any cutting, any gluing, no assembling. That's literally all it is, just one stitch around the border, and that's it. So you can make a lot of these pages in an hour. So even though the cost to make them is quite high, because they're so quick and easy to make, they can still be profitable. So this is a page that I do sell at a lot of my craft shows, and I make a ton of them. Another page that I've made, and I have sold this one before, but not as much as the first one, but this one is just really cute, whether you're selling it or just doing a DIY activity and you want to use this page and the buttons. So what I've done is I've just sewn those buttons into the page using a really thick embroidery felt, and then I put hot glue, like I knot them all and I add hot glue on the back just so that they never come out. And then I just have on 2 strips of Velcro, so it's self-adhesive Velcro. I just use my hot glue, so you can sew it on if you want to, if you're just using regular non-self-adhesive Velcro. But if you are using the self-adhesive Velcro, you want to just hot glue them on. And so I just hot glue on 2 strips, and I cut out just roughly all of the little animals that are on the sheet of felt. And you can see I'm not cutting them out exactly really precisely, just a general cut around, so it doesn't take too long, but they still look really cute. And then the idea is just little kids have to like look at the button and try to match it with the correct animal. And there's a little tiny Velcro dot hot glued on the back of each of the animals so they stay attached to the page. I also grouped my buttons, so like all the jungle animals are at the top and all the forest animals are on the bottom. You could switch that around and make it so all the jungle animals are on one side and all the forest animals are on the other side. That way it's also kind of like a category identification type of page. So it's another really cute one that I really like that involves both the buttons and the page. And then last but not least, the other type of page I've made with this sheet of felt is a puzzle. So what I did was I just grabbed my rolling cutter and just cut out 2 inches because the sheet is 8 inches by 8 inches. So I just line up 2 inches, cut those, and then cut all of them in half. And then I actually just used scrap felt. I had enough green to go on the back of all of them, but even if it's just multiple colors, like it doesn't really matter. It's a good opportunity to use up some of your scrap felt that you have lying around. That way it's not wasted and it doesn't cost anything extra. And I just sew another layer of felt on the back just to add a little bit of thickness and structure to the pieces. And then you can see again, I have some Velcro strips hot glued across the top and the bottom. And then I have Velcro dots hot glued on the backs. Don't ask me why they're yellow. I had some yellow Velcro dots, so I just went ahead and got those used up. So yeah, you can mix it up, and then little kids have to try to use, you know, the animals and the letters to put them in the correct place, and then they can practice reading off the names of the animals. And it's, you know, it's like a on-the-go kind of puzzle that they can bring with them anywhere. It's lightweight, and of course you can cut this puzzle differently than how I've cut it. You can even use your Cricut and make it like actual puzzle pieces. I just did rectangles just because they're really quick and easy to cut, really quick and easy to sew. And because I'm trying to actually sell these and make money from this as a business, I want it to be as quick and efficient as possible. But you don't have to use the same kind of puzzle outline that I did. You can cut them out however. And I do like this though, because I find it's not so simple, like it's not too easy, but it's also not too hard. So like a 3, 4, 5-year-old kid could play with this, and it would be a fair little activity for them. It wouldn't be too challenging, but it also would not be too easy. And the fun thing is you can make whatever you want. Like these are ones that I've thought of, so you can make something like these ones, or you could come up with another type of activity that you can make with these. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. I would love to hear them. Oh, one other thing that I've just thought of as I was filming this is I have these little, like, you know, those plastic animal figurines that they sell? They sell them at dollar stores, at toy stores, or craft stores. I have one of that's jungle animal theme. I don't have any that are forest animal theme, but I'm sure you can get them. So that's another, even just the page by itself is just kind of a fun one to have, like little kids. You could just include it in their busy book and leave the top part open when you sew it, and have the little jungle figurines or the little animal figurines stored inside, and just place the little animals in their corresponding place. I don't have the bear. I don't have the lion, I don't think. Actually, I do have a lion, but anyways, yeah, I'd have to look for the forest animal theme ones, but I'm sure they're out there. Anyways, maybe that's something that could be incorporated into this page. That's the fun thing, is you can literally leave it as a busy book page, or you could incorporate other like toys into it. My daughter had actually suggested using it as a letter themed, so getting letters that say G, B, Z, E, R, F, L, and another R, I guess, but having letters, and then the child has to try to match the letter with the correct animal of what that animal starts with. Anyways, there's so many different things you can do with it. So that's what it is. In case you saw this on my website, that's what that page is for. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video.